Hi everyone, it's Tracy and Grace from our small holding adventure. Now today I'm going to share something with you that we've been thinking about for a little while but we haven't got round to. And we've had a recent loss in our family just this weekend, which has spurred me into action on doing this. So there is a couple of things that I'd like to share with you, which is this and this, and actually there's a couple more, which is this and this. So these handwritten recipe books are actually my grandma's. So my mum's mum, who lived through the war many years ago here in England, and during that time a lot of people, due to the rations and things that went on, a lot of people took up home cooking and had their own recipe books, went to learn how to cook, how to ration, and how to make things from not a lot. So we've got these two books have been given to me by my mum from hers, and obviously they're very special to us, but we've never actually looked at them with a view to making anything from them. So I thought that it was quite relevant at the moment, quite topical with everything that's going on with the pandemic and the whole isolation, and unfortunately your hair looks fine. And unfortunately with a lot of people not being able to, to necessarily afford everything that they would have afforded previously, I just thought it was a good time to start looking at these with a view to cooking some of the things that are in it. So I've started having a look through with Grace, and one of the things that caught our eye was actually something called crunchies, which aren't crunchies as you might know them these days. So this is the page that's in the diary there. Now I'm not so sure myself that this is a wartime recipe, because a lot of the ingredients in here I wouldn't have expected to be available in the war. So my grandma was one of 7 sisters, and I'm told that these books and these recipes are ones that her and her sisters would have used together, which I think is fabulous, and especially that Grace is going to help me do this, so I'd like to keep it in the family, and that just feels like the right thing to do. But as I say, I'm not too sure that these were actually wartime recipes, so I'm going to start looking through these books in a lot more detail. But at the moment, the first recipe that we've picked to make is called crunchy, as I say. And essentially, this is just a flapjack recipe, which I was really surprised to see, because I just didn't expect that kind of thing to be in here. So we're going to start off with a nice easy one. I'm going to type the recipe up below for everybody to see as well. But it's 4 ounces of butter, 3 to 4 ounces of Demerara sugar, 6 ounces of rolled oats, and she's actually got next to that quick Quakers, which again I'm so surprised that this was even something that they had back then, and a tablespoon of treacle. So the method that she states is, on a well-greased tray, or have a well-greased tray, butter and sugar into a basin to cream over a pan of hot water, add a pinch of salt, 6 ounces of rolled oats and a tablespoon of treacle. Mix well together and turn out onto the tray. I don't know what the next word says. It says something like broad knife or bread knife possibly, and smooth into an oblong. Press well into a 1/4 inch thick. Mark into fingers when out of oven, leave to cool and cut through. And the oven temperature that she's put here is a moderate oven on number 4 for 3/4 of an hour. But she's also got written in the corner there, low something, low down. Oh, low down in the oven maybe. Well done. So yes, so we're going to give this a go tonight, and essentially what I'd like to share with you is a recipe every week that we make from our grandma's cookery book. You may find some of them inspirational, you may find some of them just interesting that these were the things that were cooked. Once I start seeing the dates and things of when she had these, I'll share those as well, but I just couldn't wait to get going really. So here we go, let's get cooking. Okay, so we've got a pan of hot water, boiling water, with a bowl over it, and 4 ounces of butter that's been weighed out by Grace and popped in there. So we're going to add the sugar to it, but this is following Grandma's instructions of doing this over a pan of hot water. I think today we might normally just do this in the saucepan now, but I'm pretty sure that there's a reason for doing that. Okay, so the recipe book says 3 to 4 ounces of sugar. Now the only sugar that we've actually got is this light brown soft sugar and a little bit of dark sugar left. So just like they would have done years ago, we're making use of what we've got. How much are you putting in there, Grace?
Just under 3.5.
Just under 3.5 ounces. So you're going right in the middle, okay? So do you want to add that over into your bowl in the agar? Okay, I'll take that off you if you want to give that a stir. Okay, so we've got our butter and sugar all melted together now. So what does it say next on the butter and sugar into a basin to cream over a pan of hot water. Add a pinch of salt and 6 ounces of rolled oats and a tablespoon of treacle. So if you want to add your oats in there, Grace. And then if you want to grab the salt. And then just pop a pinch into your hand of salt. That'll do. Pop that in. And then give that a stir. Get those biceps working, girl. Okay, so the last ingredient is 1 tablespoon of treacle. Grace doesn't do this bit because she gets it everywhere. So I'm going to be generous with a tablespoon of treacle because it's not coming together that much here. Okay, so that's all mixed in now. So we're just going to pop this into our silicone baking tray, which I'm sure they didn't have back in the 1930s, 40s, whatever. But we've got that today. So pop that in there. Now it doesn't say what size on the recipe, so we're just kind of guessing that this size tray will hopefully be you know what, I'm gonna have to use my fingers. Okay guys, it's nearly Grace's bedtime. It's 10 to 10. In fact, she probably should be in bed by now. I haven't sat down yet, but apparently the flapjacks are done. So I've put the kettle on. I'm going to get one and I'm going to let you know what they're like. But somebody's already had one. So what are they like, Grace?
Nice.
How nice?
Very nice.
Very nice that she couldn't wait for me before she had one. So I'll show you what they look like now. So yeah, this is a good turnout for our first recipe of my grandma's wartime recipe book. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you like these kind of videos, then please give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe and share it with your friends. We'd love to hear your comments in the comment section below. But for now, it's bye from me, bye from Grace, and see you later. Stay safe.